Hello there everyone, this is I Am Mark III and welcome back to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. Yes, nothing has blown up yet, so I assume I'm doing an okay job. The people are producing power, I am very slowly making rubles, and all is well in our glorious town of Lesy. Yes, except for these layabouts because they're just standing out to the station because there's not enough work. Mainly because there's only one passenger train waddling around, but hey then. There's also the fact that people over in the oil refinery are not doing a darn thing, the lazy schmucks. But maybe that might have something to do with the fact of not actually giving them any oil to process in the first place, so... who knows? Honestly, who knows? Oh well, right, let's set about correcting that, shall we? Now, as you saw previously, I was very careful to get that oil refinery actually built on the outskirts of the local oil fields, so the oil fields are pretty close by. Now, we have some things we can do here. We can just plant the oil rigs, and then honestly an easy way to do it is just to pipe all the oil, mash it all together into a single storage, and then feed it straight into the refineries. So that's one way to do it. I mean, this thing has input and output pipes all over the darn place, so yeah, that's an option. However, we will need train links for this thing, because we will be exporting some of its product. Also of note, by the way, is, if we zoom in here, you see these X-marked areas? Yeah? These things here, there's 3 here, there's another 2 over here. Those are vehicle loading / unloading bays. Each building has some which can accept products and some which can export products. Like the power station here has got 4 bays itself. There's actually a bay for accessing this. I'm not entirely sure why. I'm not sure what that thing is for. It might be for bus transport actually, just so a bus can come from a bus station and deliver workers directly to it. That's probably what that one's for. So, I mentioned we've got options. Piping is the one you'd probably think of first. It's like you can pipe it all over the place. You can plug it all straight in, bish bash bosh, off it goes. However, there are some problems with that. First off is the limited connections on things like storage points, so you have to build stuff like that. Merging the lines is also done using one of these things, which is a pump station, which costs like 9,000 odd rubles to buy, and costs a little bit of power and all that jazz. Also makes it harder to build stuff out as well, so... I admit, every test game I've done it that way, just like pipe it all in. But I want to check and see if there's a different way we can do it this time. And that means we need a couple of extra bits. So, into the roadworks we go. What we need is a road vehicle depot. Yes. A road vehicle depot will allow us to buy our own road vehicles which are not attached to any other structure yet built. So it gives us free vehicles which we can then task to do whatever. Well, not free vehicles, you have to pay for them, but you get the gist. So I'll just build that there. Yes, somewhere nice and readily accessible. And we also need a fuel station in the form of a gas station. I could build a one-way version if I wanted to, like build it on one-way road. And that might be a good idea because I might be about to build a lot of things. Notice, by the way, there is no actual input markers for this guy. So this guy has to be fed, I think, by trucks. I've never fed this thing. So we're getting into unexplored territory a little bit here. But I think a one-way road will probably be a good idea for this. So let's just pop one here, I suppose. I'll build it all out of asphalt, just so we can do the stuff. Just so it's nice and easy to get to and from. Oh, that's one thing, by the way. A passenger footpath connection counts as a node in a road, so it forces you to stop if you're upgrading roads. It's I actually find it irritating. I wish it didn't do that. I wish I could build across these things, but the game won't let me, so yeah. Just one little gripe there. has a fuel station, yes. It'll auto buy with fuel, of course, so we've got that going on. There's also, I don't like how sometimes it doesn't mesh like the roads if there's a junction. If there's an obvious road that was built in first and then a side road, it does this thing, which is a lot nicer. But in cases like this where it's not sure what came first, the chicken or the egg, it messes up how it builds the road. So I don't really like the look of that. So I often wind up just like expanding the roads a little bit. It's a personal pet peeve, honestly. Anyway, what's going on? You are in a junction. You are... Ah, gotcha. Right. Okay, I overdid it with the chain signals, basically. You are actually going to allow forwards. You will allow forwards. You will allow forwards. So this is like meant to like... The idea was to stop trains from getting stuck too much in here, but I overdid it, so the entire junction jammed up. So, whoopsie. But this will let the trains actually start to move around a bit. Okay, that junction is a bit of a mess because it's got the fuel and all that stuff. Anyway, moving on. Now, you have some local storage, 340 tons. You output bitumen and fuel. So, I'm going to want some storages for them. Or I could just plug you straight into things. But I want storage because it's going to be an irregular drain kind of situation going on. So I just flat out need to have more storage options, I think. Let's build one like here and one like here, and we'll just pipe it. Now, I mentioned I've always done like piping and stuff before, but a short stretch of pipe costs as much as one of those pipe slitters or mergers. And what I'm hoping to experiment with is if I can get an oil tank truck and load it straight at the pumps, which would help. It's there is the problem with the pumps actually only having like a limited storage, but the pumps produce pretty slowly, so I'd have to buy one truck per pump to ferry oil around to where I want it to be. And that's the idea I've got. So, let's see. You will store all the fuel. You will store only the bitumen. Yes. And then we'll also have an input tank, which is, I think, being highly optimistic, of oil, which I'll put here, and pipe that in as well. And that way we can accept oil shipments to this refinery from elsewhere if we ever expand that far in this series, which we might not. Anyway, moving on. We have some things to try. So, we need to get the oil derricks, which I could just pipe straight in here just to avoid using the trucks, but the truck is ultimately a hell of a lot cheaper than just like, you know, getting the oh yeah, I forgot to build roads here, didn't I? Right. There we go. That's that red mark I mentioned previously. It's like, that's where it's harvesting now, and that affects how quickly it actually produces. So what I'm hoping is I can just take these oil rigs, which I'm swapping down at random here. I'm going to actually link them up with gravel road, because, you know, it's pretty cheap, it's pretty effective, and above all else, it's easy to make. So it's something I'll be able to make by myself without too much hassle once I get the actual building set up for it. I need one to run through like here, which will probably wind up running over there. So road link, dirt road, gravel because that, and then this will all be running into this tank here, which I will then connect by asphalt, sorry, by gravel to there. So okay. Once again, spending a bunch of money, but hey, There's also the fact these things need power connections as well, so... Yeah, this was... Oh, it's 15, not 5, and that's exporting... Sorry, not exporting, producing 3 point something tons. This one's producing 3 tons, this one's producing almost 5 tons per day. Yeah, that seems quite reasonable, actually. Now, the last question is, can I get a tanker to operate out of that? I should be able to. Let's see, 4.5 tons at 60. 7 tons at 62 for only like 700 more cost. 12 tons at 70. You are the big boy, aren't you? But you are 6,400. I could probably get away with just the V3S at this stage if I can do what I want to do with it. Oh wait, there is actually something else I wanted to do as well. Whoopsie. Actually, would this work? Piping? Is there... oil... fuel loading and unloading? I think this is just for trains though. So yeah, I'm going to have to plug the tankers straight into either the refinery or the storage silo. There needs to be a fluid unloader for trucks. This game does like a few bits and pieces. Anyway, to reduce the number of trips though, I could splash out and get the T138s. But honestly, I don't think I'm going to need it. But quantity of trucks, I'm going to, if this works, I'm going to do the entire oil field like this. So actually, I should plan ahead a little bit and just 3, 4, 5 of these guys. Yep. So these guys are, as you can see, just like sitting there, ready to go. And I'm going to say, you go to this. Yes, he's accepted it, and then to that. Okay. And here, you're going to wait until you're fully loaded, and then you're going to drive to there. And it revs up its engine and off it goes. Now remember, this thing has only got like a partial tank of fuel to start out, so it's going to operate to that. So yeah, that's something to be aware of. I'm also going to need one to operate around here just to supply fuel. Actually, I'm going to need 2 for that. Yeah, I'm going to need 2 for that. Hang on. Oh, there it is. It went through the town. I was just trying to find it for a few moments there. It's like, where have you gone? Oh, there you are. So, come on, get in there. Vroom, off it goes. And yep, it's parked up. It's not doing much of anything though. Oh, it's out of power. Ah, out of people. Why are you out of people? You are... Yeah, okay, so basically the people supply is not regular enough at the moment. I might need another train on that. But this is the thing. People, when their shifts end, they teleport out. And I may have 3 trains running around, but yeah. Anyway, that's going to be fixed in just a moment. In fact, I could speed up how quickly it gets fixed and get more use out of the people if I build a footpath just like connected there for a direct link. But there we go, we've got power again. Is that working now? Yep, it's working. Excellent. Right, I'm going to build up the rest of the field like this just to exploit all the oil, and see you in a few moments. Ah, we're about to hit it. Yes, our first tanker is arriving at the thing. It's and it's wandered off again. Oh, it's run out of fuel at the last moment. Oh well. Those 2 extra tankers I bought, by the way, are running to this one out here, which is set to store fuel. Right? That's because they're grabbing fuel and then taking it out to these 2 fueling sites. So I shouldn't be needing to import fuel for these guys anymore, because these trucks are going to grab it and then take it to that. But for now... Oh, the lack of power supply is an issue. Wait, is the power out again? Yes, the power is out again. Ugh. Why you trains do this to me? Maybe I should have just gone with diesel engines and gone for the speed. Actually, maybe I should have done that anyway. Well, that's something to do. But yeah, once again, my power supply has run out. My delivery of people is not regular enough to my power plant. I need to work on that. Yeah, off it goes. There you go, the tankers are loaded, and the first one is going to dump some oil straight into here. Oh look, we've got oil! Yay! And the oil is now producing some stuff. What did you get? You got bitumen. Yeah, you're loading the right thing. Oh, I forgot. Right. You idiot. I'm going to have to fix this. Right. A vehicle loading can drag from one connection away, so this could load the bitumen because the bitumen was stored in this refinery, so it could be pumped into it from over here without any issue. So I forgot to be specific about that. I'm going to have to tell it to. In fact, I'm just going to scrap the vehicle and start over. That way, I don't have to worry about where to put the flipping bitumen. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, I need to continue and sort this stuff out. But I had a thought. What if I was to actually get construction industry going? And then... Actually, which vehicle were you? You go to... You go to the gas station. Okay. Right. What if I was to get some construction industry up so you guys can see that as well? And then I can use that to show you doing the roads and things. I mean, it's an option, isn't it? Yeah, I think I'll do that. I just need a moment to finish sorting this out. Wait until you unload and start. Yes. The vehicles coming here are set to unload, so when these are full, these tankers wait here rather than running around burning fuel and stuff. And this is why I wanted less visits, honestly. Though this stores a lot, but there is actually a good bit of storage in the actual refinery itself, so I could probably just funnel into the refinery. It'd be more effective. Anyway, moving on. Construction. We have construction work to do. So, construction starts at a construction office. It lets us work on any construction within up to about 3 kilometers distance. So it's got some distance to it. I'm going to set up the construction offices here. I like to do 2 because I prefer to have more vehicles than one provides. There is a mod on the workshop which gives you different sizes of construction offices to store more vehicles in. I would have grabbed that and built larger ones, but I don't like how sometimes they make the game crash according to reviews on them, so I just go with 2 normal ones because they can coordinate together to share construction work. So these offices let you source all your individual bits and pieces and use them for all your construction work, your construction needs. Now I can source the materials. As you saw, it's like you can tell it where to pick up different materials. I'll have to import a bunch of materials, but I can also produce some of them immediately. Like I can start production of gravel. In particular, that is needed for gravel roads. And yeah, I can also do things like make concrete, and the bitumen I'm producing here will be of use as well. So yeah, there are things I can do. As a result of that, though, I will be back in just a moment as I start laying stuff out. So, okay, here we are. I think I've got something I can show you guys. First off, though, might as well show you. The easy thing about pipes is you can change their altitude really quickly and easily, just like doing that, and that. So that's something to be aware of with the pipes. I do want an asphalt road here really quickly. Too steep of a descent, you say, and it's just to connect it so that it can get fire service. That's all I'm trying to do with that. So I'll just start with it. Yep, spending like it's going out of style. But yeah, very easy to get pipes up and into places. So that's one of the advantages of a pipe, though. Notice, though, it's costing me a ton. Like, I've spent enough money on just that little bit of piping to get a whole bunch of those oil tanker trucks. So there we go. But this is going to allow this to operate to get bitumen and fuel for export purposes. But this is what I've worked up for construction supplies for the most part. But there is a little bit extra we still need, actually, which slipped my mind. Give me a moment. And ta-da! You didn't see me forget anything! No, this was always here. So was this. And so was these. Yeah, just your imagination. Yes. Look, this game is pretty in-depth, honestly, as far as simulation goes. So, right, here are the new vehicles that are currently flying out to do this, that, and whatever. Yes. We have 2 buses, which are set to actually pick up people from this particular train station. They can pick up workers from anywhere that a bus can park and grab people, so train station will do. I've actually removed one of the trains that's carrying people from here to the oil section, so that's something I've taken out just in case. I've got 2 dumpers, and I've got a tanker which is set to grab bitumen, actually, my other output from here. I've also connected these pipes up here, by the way, so that's all there. It'll grab bitumen from here, and it'll take it over to this asphalt plant, which can accept the bitumen, it can accept gravel. For some reason it's only got a single port for vehicles. If the dev ever sees this place really needs more than one. But yeah, it's only got the one, and it's not got any good connections either. You can't connect vehicles to it from other places, so that kind of sucks. This thing needs improving. I'm importing cement because I don't make that yet. But gravel for these 2 sites is fed from the central storage, which is fed by this gravel processing plant. This also feeds into a aggregate loader, so dumpers can come here to grab gravel and then take it out to any construction sites where I need it, like for gravel roads and stuff. And this is built here, and it'll feed from this up here. It was really steep, so I had to actually loop the road around. But this is a small quarry, a very small thing, but it can access a lot of... It's very small, but it works pretty well. It takes a lot of people too. And I just need to grab an excavator for that, which affects how quickly it can generate material. There we go, just give it that. This excavator, by the way, will need fuel, and that's why there's a fuel station pretty nearby. And it only exports when there's a dumper waiting, so that's why there's 2 dumpers down here set to transport gravel between those 2 sites. So yeah, all those vehicles are now set to go. Right, sorry about that. I had to clear my throat a little bit. Now, these guys are importing resources. Like, this one's got importing just about everything. I think I can get away without getting wood, actually. I don't think I need that for anything. But it imports all of this basic stuff. And then in this covered warehouse, I only import the electronic and mechanical components, which are really expensive, by the way. So, that's the materials coming in there. And these are connected via forklift truck links, which are, in my opinion, they really need to let you put a railway through the middle of these things, or footpaths, because they are huge blockers at the moment, as they are now, but for short distances like this, they are automatic transfer points, which is what I'm using them here for. And they also transfer to this road cargo station here, which is apparently without power. This is a figment of your imagination, it'll disappear in just a moment, hang on. Yeah, you didn't see anything there. Anything at all. Oh, I'm out of power because... yes. Okay, remember I mentioned like an emergency situation where you might want to import some power and I wanted it to feed the entire network? This is that time. I'm going to import a little bit of power so that the fuel pumps work. Because I've taken the long view, as I probably should do, and I have replaced those smaller wagons with flat out faster diesel engines pulling passenger carriages. So these things will be able to get around a bit better. You are free to start. Yeah, you are free to start. Oh, you got stuck apparently. Okay, right. Don't start multiple trains at once in a depot, apparently. But yeah, that's just because I was not getting regular enough passengers from here to the power station, so the power would cut out again. How dare it do that? Okay, I just need to figure out how to get this train stuck. Yeah, that was unpleasant. Diesel engines are really expensive, so that burned through a lot of my available funds. Though at least it let me get my fire services and things operating, and these guys are about 40% or so faster, so it's more reliable getting people moving around too. Maybe I should just build a bus link or something on top of that. I don't know. Anyway, these guys are running around. These have got concrete. Yep. These have got asphalt building up. Yep. So you see, this is the individual guy. I didn't tell this guy to unload here, so he'd stick around unless he had to actually move to get some more material. And that's why I want another parking spot on this guy, because I need that single parking spot free so that I can get what happens next to work. So let us begin. This first place, you grab workers. Yes, you're going to grab them from here, same place as everything else, because that's the one where the buses are going, apparently. Since you're getting the buses, you're going to get the other single-purpose vehicles as well. So you're going to get gravel from here, you're going to get asphalt from here, concrete from here. Okay, and then, because I say it's dedicated purpose, I'm going to tell you to get the mech components and electronic components from here. So there we go. I'm going to leave steel, bricks, prefabs and boards empty. In other words, everything that's in this one here. Now, why am I doing that? I'm doing that because I want to tell this one to get those. Again, from this centralized loading point. So that's where it's going to grab all of those from. And there's a reason for that. And that's because there's a bunch of machinery and stuff that helps for construction projects, which are actually in need of that are small and slow, but you can put them in the back of an open-backed truck. I wish there was an option in this to force them to wait for an open hole to become available, but there is not right now. But yeah, as you see, these can load vehicles up to 7 tons, up to 13 tons, up to 12 tons, yada yada. They also carry these materials, but they can carry things like the rollers. Like, let's grab 2 of them, let's grab a couple of pavers, let's grab a couple of bulldozers. So extra bits and pieces lying around. Yes, in fact I don't want that. It's rarer that I need the rollers and pavers actually. Bulldozers are the common one, especially if you're going to be using yeah, bulldozers are a common one if you're going to be doing like a lot of gravel roads. Asphalt pavers and rollers are only used for asphalt roads, so you can get away with only a few of those. But I'm also going to give these guys the tower cranes. Tower cranes can't move by themselves, so they always have to be carried, but they are amazing whenever a crane is needed for construction projects. These guys are well worth the cost of admission. And then the rest of this, I've got 6 in here. I'm going to give the rest like a big open hole. How heavy are those tower cranes? 9 tons, okay. So a 10 ton would be enough for the most part, but big ones like the tower cranes need like really big stuff. So I'm just going to grab the rest of these as these open holes. And this is why I prefer to have a bigger construction office, because that's all 12. That's what I want for decent construction speed. But I've only assigned like a limited selection of stuff, and that's because I want more of these so they can carry stuff, so they can get stuff moved faster, that kind of thing. Now this one, we're going to need some buses. Maybe 1 bus, maybe 2. I guess 2. Something decent speed, decent capacity would be ideal. So let's go with some SKD 706s. They go 65 kph. Actually, no, let's go for this one. The 706. This is the one I used for, yeah, the R2, the luxury version, but it's faster. Carries less people, but that's not so bad. It carries a good amount for work. But this guy also going to get things like, oh, I forgot to give this place excavators. Well, this place gets the concrete mixers. It also gets the dumpers. These guys are really popular and you need them a lot, but it also gets the covered hulls, which is for covered mechanics and things like that. So these guys are kind of going to do a lot of stuff for us. I think that's everything I need. Yeah, that's everything I need. Right. As I said, I forgot to give this one of its vehicles. Let's get rid of you. And I'll buy in your place. What was it I forgot? Excavator. Yeah. I could get this one, but it's a bit too heavy. If I check my open hole, actually, this can handle up to 13. This could handle that bigger excavator, which is flat out better. Let's do that. There we go. Right. Now, these guys will coordinate. So If a construction project needs something that's in one, that one will send it. If the construction project needs something from another one, then that other one will send it. It's so these guys can work together if you build them close to each other, and they'll just go. They'll send the vehicles out. They'll grab the materials and the people and whatever, and then take it to the construction site, and then your buildings start to go up. So for the last thing I'm going to do for this video, we are going to get the remaining oil rigs out. This area kind of needs them a little bit, but that's all okay. But this is cheaper than building like from Ruples, which I actually had checked there, so whoopsie for me. So yeah, whoopsie. This is cheaper than just buying it all in with Ruples, because I'm buying the materials still. Though if I'd built the depots closer, then that wouldn't have mattered as much. But while I am building the materials, I'm not actually buying the work days. The work days will be done by my people and my equipment. So that is an important thing to consider there. So that's all that. I just need a power link now, just to get power out to here. Power, power, power. Make sure that this will power everything. Like, there's one there, so I know that I've got the bottom couple covered. That one's covered, I think. Are you covered? You are powered, aren't you? No, you're out of power. Okay. So I need two power supplies out here. One here. One here. And a switch in the middle, which can handle the strain. Yep. I could build these power lines out of... in fact, I should probably, just because this is a demonstration thing now. I'm actually going to leave these things planned. So that's all planned. And that will be built using the materials imported as well. So I'm going to tell it to go ahead and build those. Now roads, of course, I need to get the gravel roads in and all that stuff, so... Once again, we are also planning mode. And I can just link it like that. And easy. And I just need to get it all sorted out. There's also the fact that I need to get this road graded too, so I'll tell it to do that too. And then it's just, I need to lay all this out so that it'll do the stuff. Like I can just run that one over there. And yeah, it's pretty much as easy as this. In fact, I'll tell you to, you're just like a dirt road connection there. And I'll be back in a moment once I get these things sorted out so that we can get our demonstration underway. Yes. Alright, as well as note, you know those ones that I built before I realised I was still paying for it? You've got an option here called suspend construction. So you can actually do it and then it'll cancel. Because it buys all the materials in as it goes, it won't have spent anything on them yet because the game's still paused. But that's just an interesting little tidbit for if you make a mistake and you didn't actually want to buy in all the materials and stuff for it. You can just like go ahead and check it all out and stuff like that. I think there's that one as well. Yep, that one as well. Right. Okay. Now, this is all good to go, but it's not there yet. It still needs the stuff. And the construction offices will automatically search within a kilometre radius. Which is shown by that handy dandy pattern, so they're all in range. It'll search and then auto-assign for anything it can get to. Now, with things further along like this, as a note, it will actually build this section of road, then it'll build these two sections of road, and then it'll build that. So it builds things as it can get to them. And as you can see, the vehicles are now starting to file out to go to their jobs. It'll build what it can reach, what it can get its filthy little claws on. and then it'll expand its operation as the roads start to go into place as well. So a bit here, a bit there, a bit further on. It'll expand the reach of it. Now, as you can see, these are working as hard as possible. There's actually some gravel built up, so these trucks are going up here to grab some of that. And the trucks are all starting to come back. So all of this is starting to get busy now, as the vehicles start to bring the materials. And once the vehicles reach a site and deposit materials, then that's when that site will start to summon what else it needs. Like it summoned an excavator there for some reason, rather than a bulldozer. But a bus also departed, and that's to go and get workers for it. Though, as a note, in some cases, like with a gravel road, machinery can do this without the need of a bus. But the bus will speed it up because each construction site needs workers. And each construction site will draw workers from nearby. Like this one hasn't got any materials, but it's automatically drawing workers from the nearby housing. So, yeah, there are issues with this when you're building close to where you've got people actually living. So as you can see, these buses are delivering people for these power lines actually. Yeah, materials have been delivered, so they're just building up the power lines, and there's a construction crane involved as well, as you can see. For some reason, the construction cranes, they can't move on roads by themselves, but they teleport if they're building things like overhead power lines. I think that might be something that... It's a very small thing, but it's an immersion breaker kind of thing. What do you just deliver? I'm not sure what that truck just delivered, actually. But anyway, yeah, I think I need more dumpers, though, to get this going a bit more smoothly. So, because, well, the asphalt plant can't produce asphalt. Why? No workers, no gravel, no power. Oh, darn it. Yep, the lazy buggers haven't got the power supply working. Oh. Oh. Well, that's my fault, I suppose. I forgot, these guys are actually longer than the... yeah. I'll just delete those signals there. But yeah, I forgot, these diesel engine ones are twice the length of the other one, so of course that was too short. Oh well. Also, I thought I told you guys not to go to that. Yeah, but for some reason it's still feeding into that. I don't know why. Oh well, I guess it means our school is reliable, but yeah. That's the basics of construction work. As you can see, it's shipping materials around. There is that annoying little thing where workers go to construction sites from housing when there's no materials. Though actually there is materials now, it's just no mechanism. What is that place waiting on? I don't know. My construction office have all the equipment though, so they'll get to it sooner or later. It says there's no asphalt still. Why is that? Oh wait, no, it is. It has got asphalt. It is waiting. Sometimes it's a bit confusing, but it's all limited by the number of vehicles. But yeah, they're doing it. Bless them. I mean, look, that bulldozer is working on that one there. So I think it's because I overloaded it with too many things at once as well. But yeah, this is all starting to tick over. The next stage of construction would actually be to get the railway link sorted out up here, and then start to export the output from these guys. I mean, fuel is being emptied out quite rapidly, just because we're still filling the tanks on our fuel supply stations. But bitumen is starting to build up a little bit. So yeah, this is actually working out okay. Oh, what's happened now? Right. Oh, these junctions. Okay. I should probably set you as a chain. I'll delete you for the moment. Then I'll set you as a chain, and you as a chain, and you are a chain. So there we go. That'll get that junction going. But yeah, apparently we have some issues with longer trains in this network. I need to look at the track design a little bit more. But still, we're getting close. We'll need to take another loan up probably, but that is for later. For if you guys decide you want to actually see more of this game, and if the recording didn't mess up. I don't know. Yeah, I will save this once I've got some of this construction out of the way, and then, yeah, and then it'll be down to feedback from you guys if I actually do some more videos. So, this has been Iron Mark 3, and this has been a three-part pilot for Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. Yes. Let me know if you want to see more of this thing. But until then, thanks for watching. Hope you had a good time, and I'll catch you all later. As my vehicles scurry around like ants trying to get stuff done. Yeah. Bye bye.